Welcome to CBC Asks. I'm joined by a very well-known Londoner. She holds a special place in our hearts here in London, of course. She's a household name for many of us in London. She's an ice dancing champion both at the Olympics and the World Figure Skating Championships. In fact, she and Scott Moir are the most decorated Olympic champions, figure skaters rather, in history. And she knows a few things about living a healthy lifestyle, and we thought we would check in with Tessa to see how she's doing during this pandemic and how she's maintaining a balanced, healthy life as we are all struggling to do so during this time. So welcome to the show. Oh,
sorry.
A minor accident.
Hello.
How are you, Tessa?
Great. How are you doing, Rebecca?
Great. Thank you so much for joining us. Where are you this morning? Are you in London?
I'm in Toronto. I was
in
London last week, though, and trying to make it back whenever I can. The city was looking great. Miss you guys there.
And you call Toronto home right now?
Now I do, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start where we sort of left you last, which was your big retirement from skating, the announcement that you were going to be leaving skating. That was just over a year ago now. So what have you been doing to stay fit, to stay active, to stay in the game these days?
You know, it's certainly a different kind of schedule with fitness and wellness, but it's been a really interesting transition. I was prepared to sort of keep the momentum after the Olympics. I was like, I'm going to stay in this shape and I'm, I'll keep up this sort of activity level. And then I quickly realized like that was just, totally intangible. It was not possible at all. So I've had to reconcile with this new sense of wellness and well-being, and I try and move my body when I can. I do bar classes, I go on the Peloton, and I'll take lots of nice walks, and it's just a different kind of routine, but it feels like such a luxury now because I do that to feel good, not because it's part of my job. I just know that I operate at a better level when I'm, taking care of myself. And it's so interesting, I'm sure you found this too, that it really infiltrates into every part of your life then. You sleep better, you eat better, when you're looking after yourself, without those crazy pressures of needing to do everything perfectly, but it really manifests itself in really interesting ways throughout the rest of your life too. And
are you still getting onto the ice?
Not so much anymore, actually. Sometimes I've been coaching a little bit in the last while, just here and there, dabbling, but I haven't been on my skates too much. I kind of miss it. It's taken some time. I'm starting to slowly miss it.
I was going to say, you must miss it. But I mean, you had been at that same level for so long, at this very high level of competition, that maybe you just needed that break or that time.
I think so. And, when you're used to doing something at a certain level, it doesn't feel good to go back and be less than that. And luckily, we were able to walk away from the sport really feeling like we had accomplished our goals and been able to check all the boxes of what we were aiming for. So it's a nice feeling. I feel at peace and very content with that part of my life. And now, I mean, maybe I'll hop on the ice and skate with my niece, which is also really fun to share the passion in a different kind of way.
Do you miss Scott?
Yes. God, I do.
Yeah, because you guys spent 22 years together?
22 years together, and that's probably been one of the hardest parts of COVID is, not being able to see each other, like a lot of other people are facing. But yeah, it's been strange, but we're still very much a part of one another's lives and always in the other's corner cheering them on.
So because we got a few questions about, how you are staying fit. And one of them was sort of, what do you eat before working out? What do you eat after you work out? But I don't know if these are things that matter so much in your lifestyle anymore.
They will always matter. I mean, it's ingrained in me to fuel my body. And so I've always seen food in that light. And I know enough about nutrition that I know that I feel different when I'm feeding myself well. So it's a great question. I usually have a cashew cereal in the morning, just because you're getting fiber, you're getting protein. It's all right there, and it's oh so tasty. Sometimes I'll do it with yogurt instead. And after a workout, I typically do a smoothie and a bar. I love the granola bars, the protein bars. Whether I'm on the go or post-workout or whatever, it's just so easy. So the dark chocolate, almond, and sea salt has been a staple of mine for quite some time.
And full disclosure here, there's a reason why there is a cashy box or two of them behind you. You are representing the brand these days.
No, I live there ordinarily anyways.
You've been working on a number of different things now. I know that you are representing a number of different brands as well. I mean, how busy are you? It seems as though your career has taken off in other ways.
Yeah, it's been busy, but that's sort of the way I like to schedule myself. I'm always looking for new challenges and new ways to connect and learn about various companies. And I'm always, really conscious to stick to my mission statement. So aligning myself with partners and brands that have clear messaging that is empowering of Canadians and that is helping people's lives and spreading a really positive message. So the Kashi partnership, when that came to be, I was so excited because it's a brand and a company that I naturally just adore. I am obsessed with cereal and have been since I was a kid. And often when we were traveling for competitions, I would take the Go Lean Berry Crunch. And so, like I said, it's a natural fit. And I'm just so excited to share this Full of Life campaign with so many other Canadians.
What have you been doing this? Well, I mean, it's supposed to be winter, but it's 23 degrees here in London today. But during the pandemic, and we know the colder weather's coming, how are you staying busy and keeping your mind busy when we're in the middle of this pandemic where we're telling everybody to stay sort of alone or alone in your circles?
Yeah, it's a tough time for people, right? I think we're all missing that kind of human connection. As far as challenging my brain, I'm in school again. I'm doing my executive MBA at Smith School of Business, and that's been really thrilling and invigorating. Terrifying, also, I'll say that. But something that I've long known that I wanted to do even before the games. I knew that was probably on the horizon for me, and it's been a great time to lean into it and invest as much time and energy as I possibly can into the schooling.
And so what do you hope for yourself then? I mean, do you want to do some coaching? Where do you take your degree? What are your plans for your future?
It's a little rough around the edges at the moment, the plan, which is a little foreign to me. But, I have some great opportunities to practically apply what I'm learning in school with a few different companies. And so I'm looking to get some tangible experience. And I don't know. I mean, I'm used to being my own boss as an athlete. So I imagine something entrepreneurial is in my future. I have this sense of wanting to really build something and create something from the ground up. But to do so, I just want to make sure that I'm learning as much as I possibly can and doing it all in the right way as things unfold.
So is there a way to combine business and figure skating?
Maybe, maybe sport will be involved. But I think the way that I can impact or affect the figure skating world is probably more like from a mental peak performance standpoint. So when I'm mentoring teams right now, I love connecting with them about their partnership and what they need to help support one another and how they can be their best in one specific moment in time, which my undergrad was in psychology. And maybe it leans a little more towards that. But I'm excited to explore the world beyond figure skating as well. Of course, a big part of my heart will always be there, but it's also time to try new things.
You can hear me. We're all we're trying to hold on to you in the figure skating world, but it seems like you're ready to spread your wings and do other things.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be involved in my own way in this sport, of course, that has given me so much. But I do think it's time after 22 years, as anyone could probably appreciate. I'm looking for, a new sort of challenge, something to ignite a different kind of flame.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of flames, do you have a flame these days?
What do you mean?
A significant other?
Yeah, I was like a flame of passion for something. I was like, yes, I have ambition. I'm pursuing stuff.
I have to ask.
Oh, do you? That's so funny.
I am. I'm just going right out there. People want to
know. I took it more in the business sense, and I was really, like maybe because that Olympic flame always represented something so significant, and that was like a driving force. That I thought it was kind of an interesting question to equate, what's next in business.
Sorry.
Yes,
that's fair, and yet I still went the other route.
That's okay. I do, to answer that question. Yes.
Excellent. Okay, Janet asks. We'll just get off of that altogether because that's no business of mine. But Janice asks, what or how do you feel about intermittent fasting?
Janet.
Janet.
Thanks for writing. I don't know anything about it, to be honest. I mean, I'm always hungry, so I don't think that's the method for me. But I wouldn't really know enough to speak on it.
Okay. You know what? We've gotten a few questions, a few comments about Chloe. This is your dog, right?
Zoe.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
Zoe, your dog.
Yeah.
I saw Zoe is in some of the ads that I've seen, I think.
Yes. The Buick ad. Yeah.
Does Zoe keep you moving? What kind of love does she bring to your life?
Oh my gosh, so much. Do you have a dog?
I don't, but I've had a cat.
Okay, yeah, so you know, it's just like having another little living, breathing thing in the house is so wonderful. And she has such a funny personality that she is constantly making us laugh. She brings so much light to every day. And yeah, I mean, it's great to get outside and walk with her and watch her take in the world. It's been really fun.
Is Zoe sleeping right now? Is Zoe around?
Zoe is currently at her puppy academy.
Puppy academy, very nice.
We're both in school right now. We're taking it very seriously.
Is there any particular project that you're working on right now at school? I'm trying to get a sense of what it is that's in your brain these days.
Yeah, so right now we're balancing, I would say the three main subjects are financial accounting, macroeconomics, and management analytics. And It's interesting, the focus is really in a team, on team building. So I'm on a team of 6 and with people across the country. It's been fun. I mean, yes, I was a team of 2 within a greater team of maybe 15 or so at the end. But it's been really interesting to sort of build that rapport virtually when we can't build trust seeing each other in person, and depending on one another, figuring out our strategies, even for, meetings and how we operate as a high functioning team. It's been a lot of fun to dive in and learn, and also great to lean on some of the other experts in economics when I need it.
We've talked to a lot of students about how they're managing sort of virtual courses. How are you liking it? Are you getting the most out of it that you could, do you think?
I think so. This program was designed for the most part, except for a few stints on campus, to be remote learning. So I am missing, that connection with my classmates, but the profs have been phenomenal. And, we have 12-hour Zoom sessions every other week for 2 days a week. And the profs are so engaging. And it feels like, I guess as a mature student, you just realize what an opportunity it is to learn and to be able to glean some knowledge from other people's experience and insights. And with the program, we all come in with such diverse backgrounds that it's grounds for such fascinating conversation.
I'm assuming most people know who you are when they end up in a group with you.
Yeah, but I don't think it matters. They've all accomplished way more impressive things.
That's amazing and incredible to know that you're back in school, and we're so happy for you. And our time's wrapping up here, but Tessa, thank you so much for taking the time. It sounds like you have a busy schedule, and good luck in the future. We're so excited to see where you go next.
Thank you. Thanks for all the support. Thinking about you guys.
Take care.